three of them. And the way Steve Nash plays the point, I mean, he's a magnificent point. No one can go against that. But I don't think Kobe will warm to it because Steve Nash likes to control the ball. He likes to hold the ball for extended periods of time. And then he makes an amazing assist when you're in a scoring position, whereas Kobe's probably accustomed to coming down saying, just give me the ball and I'll make something happen. Exactly. Don't wait for me to get into a position. I don't need to do anything. Just give it to me and I'll do it.
I'll jack up 30 shots and we'll see what happens.
And then through all of that, you've got to find time to get the ball inside to Howard. I'm just not sure there's enough ball for all three of them.
It's going to either be a real disaster or it's going to work beautifully. And knowing the Lakers, it'll probably work beautifully.
And one of our anonymous texters says that one of the talking head shows Mike and Mike have been all over the umpires in baseball for not having the instant replay. So is the tide turning, or do you think that the tradition of baseball, trust of the umpire, will win out in the long term?
Look, I mean, those guys are great, and they've got a radio show, and they want people to call in, and
It's a great show, too.
It is a great show. It's a great show. And they just got lucky, isn't it, by the programming that they stick it on here. I mean, they're high profile, but not the highest profile. Yeah. It's worked out really, really well. I wonder if they know they've got such a big audience down here.
It's just
It'd be fascinating to fill them in.
On TV.
It's fascinating, yeah. They're very good.
Speaking of that, I mean, that we're talking about this out that was with the catcher's foot on the first base. Yeah. If that had been a game deciding call,
it would be debatable.
It's that sort of thing because it did.
Wasn't there a perfect game that was denied during the course of the season because of
and he apologised?
Wrong call at
Correct, he did.
He apologised on national television.
Yeah, he was pretty
for
upset
robbing
about
the picture
that.
of the perfect game.
He was pretty upset about that. We had Jeffrey Mayer, the kid years ago that reached over in the Yankees-Orioles game and interfered with the ball, and it was ruled a home run. And Orioles fans to this day are angry about that.
That was subject of the 30 for 30 documentary.
Well, the Bartman situation. That was the Bartman.
That was a different one.
Where he got in the way of the Cubs outfield.
What about? Shall we go through? If you guys say in one word, and I'll go through the top end of the NFL futures market, the Super Bowl market, whether you think they can win or not. Yep. So the favourite Houston Texans, $6.50 into $6 favourite to win the Super Bowl.
Under the odds.
Yes, they can win
it. The Pats, $8 into $7.50.
No, New England is not winning the Super Bowl. You've heard it here first. They aren't going to win the Super Bowl.
Green Bay, $8.50.
Yes.
49ers, $9.
Yes.
That's starting to get to a good price.
Yeah,
I reckon
agree.
They were $6 something.
They're not so impressive. Time to get on them. I agree.
What about Atlanta? They're 6-0, and they're still fifth in betting at $10.
It's funny, isn't it? No one believes in them. Yeah. They're going to go 16-0, and everyone's going to still be, they can't win the big one.
Yeah, when Philly knock them over tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that could happen. Yeah, we'll get a good read tomorrow. Yeah.
We go down to the Giants. The Giants are $11 into $10. They're 5-2.
I don't think so.
You don't?
Yeah, absolutely they can.
I think
without a doubt, definitely.
Chicago, $13.
Look, outsiders. I think the Bears, they were terrible in Monday Night Football, but look, Cutler's a decent quarterback. They've got a good defense. Things break the right way, they could be there.
They might too, the Giants
they
and the
could
Bears.
Be
I reckon. What about Broncos, $15?
You know what? Denver's a team to read, honestly, in the next 4 or 5 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks when they come out of this bye. Let's see how they go. Let's see if Manning really gets his team firing, and then we'll get a read on them. At this point, if I was pushed, I'd say no, but I think some good things are happening there.
If somebody asked you week 7 last year, who was going to win? Where would you
someone would have asked me, and I don't think the Giants.
Giants would have been big odds.
I don't think they were in there.
60-1 if I had
No,
guessed.
Packers. Everyone was on Packers and Patriots and same teams this year.
The same team.
Yeah.
And the last one I'll give you because then it blows out. The Baltimore Ravens are $17.
Boy, after last week's debacle, I'd be tempted to say no, but I'll ride with them a little bit longer.
Who's your best complete outsider then? Who's one from left field?
And you go, just to let you know, so you go out to San Diego, $31, and everyone else is 31 or greater. So there's a big leap when you go from Baltimore at 17 out to San Diego at 31.
Biggest outsider at the moment, Seattle. Could Seattle somehow sneak in there? Possibly.
They knock over the lines tomorrow. You never know.
They could maybe sneak in there.
$51.
The Jets. Could the Jets get on a roll and sneak in there, Doc?
$81.
Is he? He's safe, Sanchez, at the moment. Clearly,
he is absolutely. Yeah, they just need. You know what? They need to find a better way to use Tebow. I think it's a great idea to bring him in. Be a little more creative and have him just run up the middle. I just think they need to use him better.
What were they? $81. The Jets were they?
Yep.
If they happen to
catch
comfortably
fire,
beat the Dolphins,
why not? That's one from left field.
If they comfortably beat the Dolphins, they won't be $81. So if you like them, get on now, Ed.
That's right. I agree.
All right, thank you very much, Ed White, Dr. Turf and Alice Gander. This has been Betstars and Stripes. Of course, you can take Betstar on at betstar.com.au, and Betstar is giving you $2 power lines on every NFL game every Sunday at 4 p.m. Head to betstar.com.au